Today we'll be matching the HISENSE U8H and the much talked about TCL 6 Series R655 head to head to find out which is the best for you. And we'll also be recommending which you should go for. Both TVs were released late 2022, so we can confidently say all features are up to date. In terms of ranking, the U8H sits below the U9H and above the U7H, with the U9H topping the list of the lineup of HISENSE mid-range budget-friendly TVs, while the TCL 6 Series sits above the TCL 5 Series S55 QLED and replaces the R655 in the 6 Series. We'll be comparing in terms of screen resolution, picture quality, viewing angle, contrast, audio quality, formats, apps and smart features, reliability and build quality, inputs, Xbox compatibility, PS5 compatibility, OS and interface, TV controls, 8K support, power consumption, and most importantly, price. Before we begin, remember to subscribe for more product reviews, comparisons, and advice that help you avoid buying mistakes. We've also added discount links in the description for both products. So let's dive in. In terms of screen size, the HISENSE U8H is available in 55 inches as 55 U8H, 65 inches as 65 U8H, 75 inches as 75 U8H, while the TCL 6 Series is available in 55 inches as 55 R655, 65 inches as 65 R655, 75 inches at 75 R655, and 85 inches at 85 R655. So unlike the U8H, the TCL series goes way up to 85 inches. In terms of display technology, the HISENSE U8H comes with a ULED display and mini LED backlighting with up to 528 dimming zones. The TCL 6 series, on the other hand, is a QLED based display with a mini LED backlighting designed to improve local dimming and peak brightness. Both TVs have mini LED backlighting, so expect a high level of accuracy in terms of local dimming. But while the U8H, like most HISENSE TVs, come with a ULED display, the R655 features a QLED display. Both displays are equipped with a VA panel, which is partly responsible for the good contrast ratio. To understand local dimming, ULED, QLED, and other terms associated with display, you can check out this other video. When it comes to screen resolution, both the U8H and the R655 6 series are 4K resolution TVs capable of playing 4K content and lower resolution content via upscaling. They both can't play 8K content, but hey, we're still having majority of 4K content out there, so you'll be just fine. Looking at the pixels, both TVs have a BGR, that is blue, green, red arrangement, as opposed to the regular RGB, which is red, green, blue layout, which is okay for video content, but if you plan using these TVs as monitor, you would have some issues with text clarity. Now let's look at design and build quality. The feet of the U8H stands widely apart, which is pretty good for fitting soundbars, and the stand lifts the TV about 3.4 inches off the table surface, which can accommodate the height of most soundbars without cutting off a chunk of the display view. The TCL 6 series, unlike the 5 series, features a center-mounted pedestal stand that lifts the TV up to about 2.8 inches off the ground. Compared to the U8H, you might have to settle for flatter soundbars to enjoy a full view. Looking at the rear, the U8H displays a little subwoofer just at the center of the TV, while the input ports are placed on the left-hand side of the TV. The back of the U8H is made of plastic with air vents along the top. Looking at the 6 series, the back of the 6 series can be removed, and this is meant to enable you hide all external wires inside of the TV, which is quite brilliant. The input ports are on the right hand side from the front, but there's a little problem. It's flushed into the back of the TV. Although this might help you hide some wires, but if you mount this TV on the wall, plugging in and unplugging cables or flash drives becomes a nightmare. You might even accidentally throw the TV on the floor. Looking at the bezel, that's the frame around the screen, the 6 series has a razor sharp 0.9 cm thin bezel, while the HISENSE U8H features a 1 cm thin bezel. The 6 series has a relatively thinner bezel. In terms of sleekness, the U8H is 7.3 cm thick from the side, while the R655 is 6.8 cm thick. So the R655 beats the U8H in all-round sleekness. Looking at the build quality in terms of materials used, the U8H has a mixture of hard plastic and metal, while the R655 is made entirely of plastic. Although the pedestal stand is quite solid, I would give this one to the U8H. So let's look at picture quality. In terms of contrast, the U8H has some real deep blacks, and the mini LED as well as local dimming feature in combination with the ULED technology can really boost color depth and brightness, giving a really good quality contrast. The R655 also has high quality contrast, combining QLED technology with mini LED backlighting and local dimming. Expect some real deep blacks even when bright pictures are displayed. Both TVs perform well in terms of brightness for both SDR and HDR in both picture modes and gaming mode. When it comes to viewing angle, these are both LCD based TVs, so don't expect much. The U8H experiences a color washout from 25° upwards, while the R655 experiences a color washout at 23° upwards to the left or to the right. The U8H experiences a color shift from 26°, while the R655 experiences a color shift from 32°. The U8H starts appearing darker if you view from 37° upwards, while the R655 will start appearing darker if you view from 30° upwards. Although both TVs perform poorly in terms of viewing angles, I mean, they're not OLEDs anyway, the U8H seems more accommodating. If you're dealing with a very wide room, these TVs aren't that good for you, but for personal use or a bedroom or a small sitting room, they will perform excellently well. When it comes to screen glare and reflections, both TVs feature a semi-gloss coating on the screen, which significantly reduces the intensity of reflections and glares you may have noticed. So if you're dealing with a very bright room, both TVs can serve you well. Looking at refresh rate, the TCL 6 series has extremely fast refresh rate with 144 Hz. It also supports variable refresh rate technology, which gives an excellent gaming experience thanks to the low frame rate compensation, except for the 85-inch models that are limited to 120 Hz. The HISENSE U8H also supports variable refresh rate and is compatible with all sources that support VRR, that's variable refresh rate. The R655 has native refresh rate of 144 Hz, 4K variable refresh rate of up to 144 Hz, 1080p variable refresh rate of up to 144 Hz, 1440p variable refresh rate of up to 120 Hz, or with local dimming. The U8H on the other hand has native refresh rate of 120 Hz, 4K variable refresh rate of up to 120 Hz, 1080p variable refresh rate of up to 120 Hz, 1440p variable refresh rate of up to 120 Hz, or with local dimming. Checking for PS5 compatibility, both TVs support auto low latency mode and can do 4K at 120Hz processing, 144p at 120Hz processing, 1080p at 120Hz processing, and both TVs support HDR and VRR. The TCL 6 series is completely compatible with PS5, although the VRR doesn't work with the 1440p resolution, but that's an issue with the PS5, not the TV really. The U8H takes full advantage of the PS5 and is compatible with all support features, including variable refresh rate support and 1440p support. Looking at the Xbox, the 6 series is fully compatible with the Xbox Series SX, except for Dolby Vision gaming at 120Hz. The HISENSE U8H also supports Xbox Series SX and is compatible with all features. HISENSE claims the U8H also supports 4K Dolby Vision gaming at 120Hz, but user feedbacks have said otherwise. But overall, the TCL gives a better gaming response. Both TVs feature Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. You can watch our other videos to find out exactly what they do. When it comes to input and connectivity, the HISENSE U8H features HDR10, HDR10+, Dolby Vision, HLG, HDMI 2.0 full bandwidth, HDMI 2.1 class bandwidth. Both HDMI support HDMI 2.1 band with a maximum bandwidth of 48 GB per second. The special thing about this TV is that it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. In fact, both TVs support HDR10+ and Dolby Vision. The U8H also features ATSC 3.0 tuner, which enables you to stream 4K content via an antenna. The U8H also features USB 3.0 and the variable analog audio output. Also available on the U8H is Wi-Fi support with 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequency. The TCL 6 series on the other hand features HDR10, HDR10+, including Dolby Vision, HLG, HDMI 2.0, HDMI 2.1, HDCO 2.2, and ATSC tuner, but in this case is limited to version 1.0, which means you can't stream beyond 1080p over the antenna, unlike the ATSC 3.0 that receives up to 4K on antenna. That means you have to go all digital. The 6 series also features USB 3.0, variable analog audio output, and Wi-Fi support with 2.4 and 5 GHz. Looking at the input ports, the U8H features 4 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, 1 digital optical audio out, 1 analog audio out which is a 3.5mm jack, 1 composite which requires an adapter that isn't included in the TV pack, 1 tuner antenna port, and 1 Ethernet port. The 6 series on the other hand features 4 HDMI ports, just 1 USB slot, 1 digital optical audio out, 1 analog audio out which is a 3.5mm jack, 1 composite which also requires an adapter that isn't included in the TV pack, 1 tuner antenna port, and 1 Ethernet port. The U8H is obviously a winner in this aspect. Let's take a look at the smart features in both TVs. When it comes to interface, the U8H comes with Google TV version 11, which is an updated version of the Android TV used in 2021 models. The 6 series on the other hand features Roku TV version 11.5, which is pretty simple to use with fewer animations and complexities. It's a really good OS with a simple user interface. When it comes to smart features and apps, both TVs can screencast. They both feature USB drive playback and USB drive HDR playback. They both stream HDR in Netflix and YouTube. Anyway, the U8H is of a higher advantage as the Google Play Store offers you lots of apps you can download. Looking at the remote control, the U8H features voice control on many features. It also lacks a numpad like most modern remote designs with quick access keys. It also features a built-in mic that gives you access to Google Assistant and Alexa. The 6 series remote controller also has a built-in mic that enables you use voice control. Alternatively, you can use the Roku Companion app for voice controls. It also offers hotkeys to the popular streaming services. When it comes to power consumption, the U8H is rated at 73 to 275 watts, while the TCL 6 series is rated at 75 to 221 watts. The U8H has a higher power consumption at a higher usage. That could be because of the built-in subwoofer, but at regular usage it seems more power efficient. So what's in the box? Both TVs come with a remote control, double AAA batteries, a power cable, and a manual. When it comes to price, I have included prices of both TVs in the description of this video. Check it out. It's really clear that both these TVs were designed to rival each other for the same niche, as the features are almost matched head to head. Nevertheless, there are still bits and pieces that could make one better than the other. Physically looking at both TVs, the TCL 6 series has a more modern look, especially if flushed into a wall. But the HISENSE U8H has a better build quality. There's also an advantage in featuring Google TV as opposed to Roku OS. Nevertheless, if you're not very tech savvy, the Roku TV will make life a lot easy for you, but Google TV gives more possibilities. Also, the U8H seems to have a little extra feature here and there. We also have ULED matched with QLED and mini LED on both sides, producing very similar picture quality. If it's your first smart TV or you're getting a smart TV for someone who isn't tech savvy, the 6 series is great. Other than that, buy the U8H. It has so many positive feedback from users. If you're a gaming person, the TCL 6 series would also perform better for you in terms of refresh rate. To understand most of the terms used in this video, watch our other videos or simply subscribe. I'm Justin. Bye bye.